Hi, Virgo. How are you? I did the most Virgo thing the other day. A lovely friend who everybody's aware of, like, their sign. I don't know that they're that much into astrology, but they put up a thing that said Virgo means you have this kind of face and this kind of heart and this kind of mind. And I was like, just to hammer in my Virgo-ness, let me say that your mind is determined by your Mercury placement. Your heart is your moon, and your rising determines most of, and your Venus, what you look like. Hi. And I was like, leave it to me to be a Virgo know-it-all, to have to correct the Virgo meme. I mean, you can be all those things to be a Virgo, but it's just not going to be because you're just a Virgo. And you could not be a Virgo and have some of that going on because you got 6th house placements. But yes, I just, I am self-aware that was kind of a know-it-all who asked me anyway. All right, so we're here to do Virgo's reading. And we're going to look at Virgo's energy, the energy that you're kind of like coming out of, the energy that you are walking into, and also the energy that of other, and how that all affects the energy it creates, and how that looks coming up. Hello, Latanya and Juan and April and Little John. Yeah. Oh, for everybody who was hanging out on my Aquarius live, was it the Aquarius live? And we were like chilling, hi Madison, and playing music and everything. So this is what happened. I did get a notification that I was flagged. So I always cut off, like, in these readings, because it's really, the focus should be about, like, the sign. So I always cut off the end part as soon as I'm allowed to, as soon as YouTube is done processing. And so it became not a problem at all. But what it did was it flagged 3 songs. I'm not going to say which ones, but it flagged 3 songs, not the songs that I thought that would be an issue. And they just won't play in, hi Erica, they won't play in Russia, which I'm pretty sure Russia's, for the most part, not allowing people to be on social media and YouTube anyway. So for 24 hours, I wasn't allowed to be played in Russia. But it was okay. So I don't think I'll do it for the morning, because evidently when I go on in the mornings and do live card pulls, I was there for 4 hours today, and it was Grand Central Station. So I don't know if I'll also have music going for that tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning I'm going to do Capricorn and do more free card pulls for the people I didn't get to today. Right? But I will do, when I do Sagittarius, we'll Gigolo, huh? Sucker. We had a good time. Yeah, we did. It was a vibe. So we'll do that again. I don't really normally give away my location. I am on the East Coast. Neither all the way south or all the way north. Somewhere in the middle. And I'm not on the coast either. But I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So tomorrow we'll do Sagittarius at night, and we'll play some music. All day long I've been in a Sam Cooke kind of vibe. But I don't want to play it during this part because If I do that, then it'll actually cut out the reading for the sign. But we can do it while we're like pulling cards when we do that. I just, if tomorrow morning is anything like today, playing music on top of it is not happening. Woo! I get one more for Virgo. It was a party. It was good. I love this community. And also, listen, this is what I decided. You all helped me decide, but we're getting close now. We're over the 400 mark. So I feel like as the numbers go up, it goes quicker, right? I kind of think that I'm going to do a couple of things. I think that maybe by Friday we can be at 500 and I'll have a community page. I'm going to do an hour reading giveaway when I hit 500. The names I will pull out of a hat will be the first 300 subscribers for that. Hold on to your hat. When I do the 1,000, when I get to 1,000, then I'm going to do a bigger giveaway, right? And I'll do a 90-minute and probably a couple of like smaller, maybe like half an hours. But I'm also going to have a Zoom party. And in that private Zoom party, we're going to do all kinds of things. We might like pull a card. I might have a few surprises. We might play a little game. We might like chill out and listen to music. Ain't nobody going to tell us what we can listen to. But it's going to be a party. It'll be private. It'll be Zoom. And to that, I'm going to invite the first like 500, not everybody's gonna be able to make it, but I want to invite like the first 400 to that Zoom party, because you are subscriber zeros. So that means like, you know, like that, it's like whenever you're building a clientele, that one person that told other people. So I would like to say thank you in a big way. So we're not far from hitting the 500. And I'm going to give away an hour reading. We have the Chariot, which is the Cancer card, as the bottom of the deck. Let's get into this. And I am using hold on. It's my something of the night. No, that's my Goddess Night Intuitive. It's this one. Watch, I'm going to put all the books on top of me. That was a miracle that didn't happen. It's the Star Tarot. And yes, the little tarot book came this huge for this one. I have no place to put that now. And I will actually timestamp this for announcements and then when, because this is longer than normally these are before I start the reading. We have the Five of Wands. We have her here holding lilies, peace lilies. Hey, Karen. Five of Wands can be inner conflict. Let's just see if they're saying with this, if there's an extra meaning for this Star Tarot. The Five of Wands is about inner conflict. But the fact that she's holding those peace lilies really gives me a lot of Virgo is about self-mastery. This inner conflict doesn't feel damaging. It feels almost like a willingness to dive in and sit in the inner conflict for whatever peace it's going to give you. You know how I all feel, Virgo. When we talk about the self-mastery of Virgo, the mastery is not in the idea that there is perfection to be had. It is in the peacefulness of what you produce. And learning to be peaceful about what you produce instead of living in the anxiety of is it going to be perfect enough, or the inner critic of it wasn't perfect enough. And so it's really important. I want you to look at this card again. You got it. I've been going since 5 a.m. So no worries that you didn't get it to me today, because I wouldn't have been able to answer it today. 5 of Wands. Yeah. I mean, it's Sun in Leo. It's a fixed energy. Holding your center, finding peace within an inner conflict. It's movement. I'm not mad, especially at this one. In others' energy, though, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Somebody maybe being unnecessarily a little sharp with their words, and also I don't know if they're emotionally as unavailable in a conventional way as much as when I have the King of Swords in reverse, it's hard to be authentic within your emotions and then available when you're not available to yourself that way. You know, the King of Swords is in the upright, has integrity. Excellent. Orator, communications, excellent. You know, when you have kids or you hear moms say to kids, use your words, use your big boy words. King of Swords in reverse is when you want to look at a grown-ass adult and look at them and say, use your big person words, please, instead of what you're doing right now. I don't think we need to explain that much. You all know what I just said. What's interesting is your inner conflict and determined to find peace within it. To like look, examine, and finding peace and finding center within times when everything isn't perfect, right? We have the Queen of Swords between their King of Swords and like you're not having it finally. And there's no finally in these cards, but I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it. Finally seems to apply here. That is an enlightened, aligned person sitting very much in their truth. Let's look at what the energy is that you're stepping into, Virgo. We have the World, which I love for you. So going inward, finding peace within that bit of inner conflict. I mean, this is almost like the Empress in the World had a baby, this card. Gorgeous. We have the Hierophant for them. That's a bit of some progress. I'm not saying that this other energy is somebody who's completely disconnected from themselves. I'm not saying they haven't started on their, but whatever is happening right now, it is humbling them, and they are starting on a new leg. You know, the Hierophant is about like the steps up to being in that really like peaceful, aligned self where you feel more in control because you're more aligned. But usually the Hierophant, it can also represent like a person of authority in religious or spiritual realms. This has the bear and the bull here and the dove. This person is struggling between the two sides of them. But trying to find the center, again, this is about centering. Sometimes we're like, oh, I'm trying to wrestle between the two sides of myself. For this person, that's a bull or a bear. It's not like a deer or a bear. It's not like there's not a gentle. This may be an energy that has had to bust through walls, be tough, be protective. This might not be somebody who's had the luxury of being a bunny, of being somebody who's gentle, of being somebody who doesn't have to, right? I think they would like to be, and I think that they're confronting a place where, like, when they try to pretend to be something they're not, it doesn't go well. They end up being somebody who's grown ass and not using their big person words. Somewhere in there is that peacefulness represented here, and you can see that bird is not in flight. In fact, it almost looks hunched over. It almost looks unwell. Hi, Mary. And Samantha's back. So I mean, they're trying. I think they're at the very beginning of this new development for themselves. This keeps coming up. The Four of Pentacles in reverse keeps coming up in readings today. It came up in a personal reading last week. It's coming up a lot lately. That makes me happy because the Four of Pentacles is mind, down, 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 but I want it, but it's pretty, but it makes me happy. I don't want to let it go. No. In reverse, that is somebody really in the depths of learning to let go of the unhealthy attachments. And that is one of the best achievements that we can have in personal development, is letting go of unhealthy attachments. So I really love that that's there. You're in a whole new cycle. When we see tens, when we see like the Wheel of Fortune, when we see 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, when we see things that make tens, we're looking at small chapters in a book closing. When we have the World, when we have 2 tens on the table, we're looking at it's time for a new book. It's a bigger cycle that's closing. It's a bigger chapter. It's not like a lesson closing, a cycle for a big, it's a big change. It's a big cycle. It's a new, like you've done it. Your unhealthy attachment, this is very similar to Taurus, where I felt like Taurus had been playing the long game and this person's playing a short game. I feel like you're doing this for you, Virgo, which is hard because Virgo wants to be of service, I feel like you're doing this for you, but you're constantly, you're on self-mastery, on your self-mastery game all the time. I'm not going to lie, for this other energy, although there's progress, which is great, seeing the pipe cleaner. That's always my sign for somebody trying to do something to overcorrect a situation. They're going to get smaller amounts of the results. I don't know if the longevity or the motivation, like sometimes who cares what the motivation is, whatever gets you there, right? But it feels like the purpose of both of you in transit is very different. But the fact that it brings you to letting go of attachments is great. I just think yours is a more permanent letting go of attachment, where this person is like, I better let go of this attachment or this is going to get all kinds of like, ba ba ba. I'm doing Virgo's reading right now, Diana. Hi, LaTanya. Yeah, I'm doing Virgo's reading right now. I only pull cards during Sag, Cap, Aquarius, and Pisces. And this morning I just decided to do a card pull for everybody who's in that other time zone. And that turned out to be necessary. So I'll do Capricorn in the morning. In this upcoming energy, I have the 10 of Cups in reverse. In others' energy, I have the Hermit. They're going in deeper, and I like that. That is progress. We're going to clarify all this. You're so much letting go of attachment and so in this new, completely new place that this 10 of Cups may be not ending the relationship, but ending it the way that it was. Ending the way that it was navigated. In the middle, we have the Fool. There's an energy of wanting a new start. Even though you're like, I'm not doing this the way we've been doing it anymore. Like, I'm willing to say I'm letting go of attachment to what it was for what it encourages and keeps my peace, which carries over. I swear I could be wrong, but I feel like last week's was like protecting your peace. Still on that. You're still on that. Except for there's a little bit more movement here. For them, they're doing what they have to do to get that new beginning. This feels terrible to them. It feels like they might have been a little blamey. All right. Let's clarify this. Dreamweaver. I don't know why that just went in my head. I believe you kept me through the night. Listen, somebody in this situation is still a little stuck in what it was when it first came together. This feels like a strain. This feels like going back and forth with somebody that it's there's so much good, but it's up and down and it's starting to drain. I have the Page of Cups here to clarify that energy that you're coming out of. There's love. There's an apology probably coming. But there's more than... remember how I said there's, there's duality in this card. I just want to show you. There is duality in that card. See how she's got like two different faces? And then here we have the duality of the bear and the bull. They're going to apologize because they know that they should. But did you ever have anybody apologize to you because they think that like you're overreacting and it'd just be easy to apologize when they actually need to apologize for legitimate reasons? I'm feeling that. I'm feeling like if this is work or family or whatever, they're like, let's just give them the apology. And then, then things will calm down and go back to normal so nobody has to like examine themselves. Oh, that's hitting hard. That's for more than, that's for a good handful. Clarifying that world card, the very unique we have a very unique Eight of Swords card, which I will show you in a second. Just need one more. Thank you. You see, she's almost got bandages on her eyes. It's not even just a blindfold. It's bandages. There's so much enlightenment, and you are going to protect your peace, and you are going to step in to this new cycle, to this new beginning that you worked really freaking hard for. It feels like it leaves a little... I don't want to say resentment. I just heard the expression. You feel like, again, I did all this work and nobody's clapping. Doing something good around here is like wetting your pants in a dark suit. Gives you a warm feeling nobody notices. We have the Five of Pentacles. This, again, this is why I love different decks, because it's the artwork. We have the Five of Pentacles here. Look, do you see the smug look on the Five of Pentacles? Like, okay, I'm in timeout. Roll eyes. I know they're trying, but they're annoying. Whatever this other energy is, I'm Virgo rising, right? So like, this is annoying. It's like, I'm holding space and feeling like I can't celebrate as much as I'd like to all of this peace that I'm protecting. It feels like I'm still here doing a little emotional labor, and you're still trying to steal my peace a little bit, and I'm holding space for it, and it's a little annoying, and you're over here like, sure, I'll apologize. Okay, I guess I'm in timeout. Which would explain the Ten of Cups in the future in the reverse. I'm not doing this way anymore. What's great is that somewhere in letting go of this attachment, even though they're not there for the right reasons, so that rolling eye thing that they have going, like I said, it feels like they're doing things to correct the situation rather than for the right reasons. When you're doing things to just take the pressure off something or correct it, sometimes it doesn't have what I like to say, it doesn't have legs, the longevity. This is the Justice card, but this is really such a beautiful illustration of the energy of Libra when Libra's, you know, when I always say, like, Libra's like, let me cut off my arm. Are we balanced yet? Let me do this. So you're holding space. You're still doing, there's like a little man in Justice's dress. We've got 4 arms going. Like, they're like, what do I have to do to make this even? I'll do it. And you're like, I'm really at my limits of being the person with 4 arms, balancing all the stuff all the time, doing the emotional labor. And it's almost such a clear illustration of one person doing a lot and the other person just be like, this is my contribution. I'll sprinkle the rose petals at your feet. You happy? And it's not really what Virgo wants, I don't think. Believe it or not, this is still a great reading for Virgo, because what Virgo is doing is reaching the limits of service where it becomes unserving to them. And that's still a good thing. We have another couple. It's interesting because we had Queen of Swords and King of Swords with the King in reverse up here, right? As a couple at the... It's like a couple at 2 different train stations. Same train, 2 different, not in the same place. It happened again. We have the King of Wands in reverse, and that is clarifying the 10 of Cups. This may be killing, you know, Virgo is very, very good at the touching and the nice things behind closed doors. They are very, very good at it. If anyone is cross-watching this and you think that Virgo placements are like pencil pushing, accountant, OCD, let me remind you that they rule the hands. Virgo is just literally the embodiment of a lady in the street and a freak in the bed. I promise you. If you think that Virgo is just all about their checklist and their tidy house, you're wrong. So when Virgo does not feel as passionate, their partner will feel it. No one else may know, but their partner is feeling it. I don't think you're feeling that passionate right now. I could be wrong. And it's not now, it's coming up. They've got the Tower in reverse. This is just confirming, like, all of these actions are to... I'm not going to disagree with kinky, LaTanya. The Tower in reverse is trying to avoid the moment. It's confirmation that this feeling that they're just doing things to, like, correct. Like, you know, when something that's like pipe cleaner material goes too much, what do? You over direct it the other way so that it goes back to balance. And there's a lot of that. This is correction instead of introspection. That's going to be the title of this video. Correction instead of introspection. The video, the energy that this creates is, again, we had that, like, they want a new start. They want to feel like, okay, we're all good now. Everybody's in love. Thank you. I did all the things. I gave you the apology. You are like, I will take a new start. I hope you get your ish together so that you can be there for this new start. But you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. What's in between is there is a Queen of Wands who can grow things again, who feels passionate. I almost want to clarify the damn Queen of Wands. I'm on the money. Yep. Yep. But this Queen of Wands is hiding her face. There's masking. I just heard from Young Frankenstein. It's Terry Garr, but the roll in the hay. It's like if all of this wasn't annoying enough, Virgo really doesn't want to not feel passionate. Okay, listen. Yeah, thank you, April. But I don't know if any other people experience this. When I washed my hair this morning, I think I put too much. I tried a couple of new things, and now I put too much, and I almost feel like I have to wash my hair again. It feels like it feels like 3-day-old hair when I just washed it today, and it's super annoying me. That's why I keep playing with my hair. God, I hope I get their ish together. I mean, getting love by a Virgo and Virgo placements, that's hard to recover from. Terry Garr is from your home city. Young Frankenstein. Abby Normal. So good. So good. Like, I would be down to do that as like some like giveaways. Is to do like a Zoom party where we literally like what does anybody remember the name of the show? It was like a show where there was like two people, it was a robot and a person in the audience. Sci-fi theater, but basically they would watch movies and but also they're like having a going diatribe. So it would have to be something that everyone's watched like a million times, but we could have a Zoom party where we're just like cracking up and watching things. It would kind of be like inner child work. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Y'all let me know how you feel about that. So you got 2 cards. I asked to clarify this collective energy, and I got 2 things. And again, I don't feel like this is collective energy that's coming together. All right, so we won't do it late at night, Alan. Jeez. We have the moon, which is like, I need that truth, but like my tentacles are ready. Like, Neptunian is like not serving right now, and it's about to go retrograde. And over here we have the Emperor. This one of it's gorgeous. Is this Emperor card gorgeous? Sure. Does it show somebody like on a leash with like people? This is the wrong reason to try to get to this middle. This might be at an impasse for a little longer, but you're doing your thing, and that's all that matters. Let them do their thing, and don't do that thing. Don't do that thing where you try to help them, because Virgo is the person that everyone else goes to for advice and help and service. And so when we do this and they can't hit their rock bottom, I'm looking at one of my special clients right now. We want to keep other people from hitting rock bottom or hitting a hard part or hitting a tower moment, because we know what that feels like. And our tower moments, sometimes it doesn't take as much for us to feel a tower moment, because our inner critic is ready to go. Ready to go at all moments. So we know how that feels like. And so we try to help others from getting there, because we've obtained some self-mastery. We've obtained some wisdom. We are able to serve. We are able to lead, right? And then so we want to do that for others, and we get dangerously close to that enabling place, that space where it turns into enabling instead of service. You're gonna have to let them keep doing what they just keep doing. This is perfect. The healthy boundaries, all of it is perfect. Let's get a card for you. Into the lonely woods, shall we, Virgo? Guys, please feel free to write in the regular comments. Like, obviously you have to wait till the live is over, which I didn't realize till the last live. But like anywhere on my page, if you think that there's something that would be good, like if you guys, the giveaways are for you. This whole channel is for you. If you have ideas that you would like to see, you're not being pushy. Don't do that. I'd hate to ask, because you also know what it's like to do everything, especially Virgos. So like sometimes you'll ask less of other people because you know what it feels like to like be multitasking and doing. Yay, we got a card. I just knew it. I knew that if I picked this, we would get a card that we have not had yet. I love it. Also, there's a full moon in Pisces within Virgo season that I have a sneaking suspicion is going to be a big collective shift point. And if you don't remember last year, that's why the full moons are like a little different, or there are different timings. Or in May, we had like 2 new moons and a full moon. It was weird. We had 2 full Pisces moons, which is not normal last year. So here we go. Everybody ready? Isn't it beautiful? Okay, Virgo. There are times to walk, and then there are times to swim. The path has taken you into the waters of deeper self. Your unfelt emotions, the mysteries of the psyche, the flowing nature of who you are, fearful to be, all these mysteries can be explored. Sink into the subconscious and know it is safe for you to be within a watery place for a time. Feel the gift of silence, the calm, the weightlessness, and the depth of this world. You are a part of this, just as you are a part of the air. Do not stay at the edge of the lake. Walk into the waters, let them go over your head. The beauty of the water will open up your eyes to the beauty of the emotions within you. Wow. We opened up this entire reading talking about how you have to go in sometimes to that inner conflict to grab the peace. That was perfect for Virgo. Sometimes it's hard, right? One of my self-masteries in Virgo, the masterclass that I've had with my Virgo placements, and I'm more than just Virgo rising, is as I said this morning, I love hearing that I wasn't wrong, but allowing myself, not letting the fear of being wrong stop me from voicing something. Stop me from, if a Virgo comes to you and says, that's not accurate, it's actually this, I promise you they researched it. Not just because there's a little endorphin rush in being having a plethora of knowledge and having the right answer. But because the fear of being wrong is so tied to self-worth that I promise you they researched it. Because there's a sense of responsibility with Virgo. We talk about this all the time. There's a sense of responsibility with Virgo because you are of service to others. You would hate to give somebody wrong information. This is so beautiful. There are times to walk and there are times to swim. And I think that you have tried to serve this relationship and the growth of this other energy for a long time. And so it's time to let them figure out when it's time to swim or time to walk. That was a really beautiful card for Virgo. I'm always so excited because I haven't gone through the whole deck, and I decided after the first time I read to you all, because I think I got it in 5 minutes later. I had a live. I couldn't wait to use them, and so I promised myself I haven't gone through the whole deck, so that when we get a new card, we are getting a new card. I am sharing in the joy. I am sharing in the words that are spilling out that are just as new to me as they are to you. And I like sharing that with you all. Virgo, I love you. Now you love you. I'm going to be doing Capricorn in the morning, so my on the other side of the pond friends get a chance. I'll be doing the free card pulls there. And if you were in today's 4-hour long free card pull and I did not get to you, yes, you get to go to the front of the line during the next couple of card pulls that I do. And I will put that, I'm trying to get to 500 so I can have a community page, but please follow me on Instagram so that you can see when I'm posting things for you all. Because until I get a community page, see you at lunch, Alan. Go to sleep. You're worse than me. Until I get a community page, Instagram's the only place that I can post announcements, so you guys have information. All right. Thank you all for being here. I love you all so much, and leave me comments about what kind of giveaways you want. If you want me to do a Sagittarius full moon special, any of that. So as soon as this is over, you should be able to leave a comment. And Karen, just email me when you can. All right. Bye, beautiful humans.